C3PO. Hi everyone and welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to talk about C3PO. So last night at about 2:30, 3 AM Greenwich Mean Time, Irish time, I was on Anthony, that's 6 Scale Mafia's live stream with Lael and Brother Cousins and Ty from Uncommon Flex. And mid-conversation we were discussing possibilities, like what we were kind of looking at, what happened, what was released, what did Hot Toys release last year for May 4th, and what could potentially be released this year, next week for May 4th for Star Wars Celebration. And someone in the chat just popped up that Hot Toys just teased C3PO. Now, if you look at it here, the picture on the left, this picture here on the left, this image on the left, this is what was teased on their Instagram. So on the Hot Toys official Instagram, they posted this. Now obviously you have this logo up here, which is Star Wars 20 years, Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. So they're marking the 20th anniversary of Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, which a lot of people have been speculating this for a long time. I know Lael's been saying this as well. I think Brother Cousin was mentioned as well. I've heard a lot of YouTubers mention it, and it makes sense that they're marking this. Now, just on the logo, before I talk about the actual figure, the logo itself, if you remember, Hot Toys released, they did a series of figures, the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. They had Darth Vader, they had Boba Fett, one that I picked up myself, they had Lando, and you know, they had basically a few figures to commemorate this. I think the Snowspeeder Luke is part of that series as well, so it was a special box, looked kind of vintage, and it was like a kind of a series they did, the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Now, it seems to me that with this logo here, I know it only takes about 5 minutes to make a logo, but I would imagine that they're going to do a 20th anniversary of Episode 2 Attack of the Clones for this. It's massive because, like, I agree with Brother Cousins. Brother Cousins has been saying it for ages, and you know, I've said it myself as well. The most obvious 1/6 scale 2-pack in the history of 2-packs to make, the most obvious one to make would be R2-D2 and C3PO. And the way this photo is teased suggests that the two of them are coming as a 2-pack. Now, while a lot of people went straight to look at C3PO, I just want to point out that if you look here, I'm going to look at the clearer picture here. I'll explain the significance of this figure. This actually, Chris C, I believe the guy's name is, he immediately took the figure and then brightened this up because people were curious to see if this was gold or if it was silver, and you can't really see much here, so fair play to him. Like to shout out to him. He did it really really live, and he sent it into Anthony, who, you know, was able to share it then, so he really benefited the community. So if you're out there, you're absolute legend, Chris, and your Photoshop skills are on point. So these thrusters here, I believe they're from like I think they're from Revenge of the Sith, or they must be from Attack of the Clones, when it's been a while since I watched the movie. I'm pretty sure he flies, R2-D2 flies in with these thrusters in Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. I actually didn't like that at all. I'm not a big prequels fan. I like aspects, but my point is that these seem to be, obviously this is new. I don't think they've ever done a C3PO before. As far as I know, Hot Toys have never done a C3PO before. They've teased it twice, so this is the first time here. I know they've done an R2-D2 before, but I think that was for like the original trilogy. I think it was branded Original Trilogy, and the Force Awakens one. But this looks to be a brand new R2-D2. Now, if I'm wrong on that, please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, personally, what I want, like, I collect original, when it comes to Star Wars, I collect Original Trilogy, Rogue One, The Mandalorian. If Obi-Wan is good, I'll consider that too. I don't collect the Book of Boba Fett, despite the fact that I think that quarter scale Boba Fett, that head sculpt, is the best I've ever seen out of Hot Toys. It's just because I didn't like the source material, so I can't justify it. And it takes a lot for me to make an exception. I'd probably make an exception for Cad Bane, because that scene was amazing. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that I tend to only collect Original Trilogy, Rogue One, and The Mandalorian, because I have to really like the source material, the character, and that version of the character. So for me, the 2-pack that I want is the Original Trilogy C3PO and R2-D2. I don't want these rocket boosters on the side of R2-D2, and I want the typical golden look, that vintage, that retro kind of gaudy look for C3PO, because it's instant iconic. Anyone who walks into your house and they see these two, like, they would be they'd instantly know who they are. Even if they don't like Star Wars, they'll be like, you know, that we know who that is. It would actually tie in nicely. I'm not sure if you've actually watched the video I put up yesterday. I've taken all my troopers, because I'm a trooper collector, and I've put them down in a IKEA Millsbo glass cabinet in my living room, and I explain, like, you know, I just go through the whole process of having it empty and taking all those figures from here and putting them up there. So if you notice, there's only like one trooper left here, so all my troopers are downstairs bar that one. But my vision for that IKEA Millsbo glass cabinet down in my living room, there's 8 sections, and I want 8 iconic characters that no matter who you are, whether you're into science fiction or Star Wars or Marvel or comic books or DC or whatever, even if you've no interest, these characters are so iconic that if you walk into the house and you go into the living room, you'll instantly know who they are. These two would be perfect for that, but I want the original trilogy versions. So where am I at with this? Am I excited about this? I am, and I'm delighted for people who are like die-hard prequels fans and C3PO fans and droid fans, because they're going to pick this up anyway, let's be honest. Am I going to order this? I'm not, and I will outline my logic now. If they've started doing this, given the fact that, you know, I think it's next year is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, they might start doing a series similar to the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back. They might do a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi. I'm already waiting on a Vader. Maybe they do the C3PO and the R2D2 2-pack as part of that. Maybe, now again, there's no guarantee that this will be a 2-pack. So I want to hold out. I'm not going to order this because even though I really, really like these, I'm not a big prequels fan. I'm going to hold out. I'm not going to dopo, and I'm going to wait, because let's say that they announce these properly. Let's say these two go up for pre-order on May 4th. You're not going to see these. These actually won't be released in Hong Kong for 18 months to 2 years. 18 months at best, I would imagine. Unless they do, they rush them out like the Marty McFly, but like, we're probably not going to get that lucky. So I'm not going to dopo, because within that 18 months time frame, they might actually, let's be honest, the Return of the Jedi was 1983. So 40 years after that would be 2023, which would be next year. So within that 18 month to 2 year period where this is on pre-order, I'm not going to pre-order, because what happens if they actually announce a 40th anniversary 2-pack, or even just a C3PO on its own or whatever, because that's all I really need. If I found a C3PO on its own, I'd probably work backwards and get the New Hope R2D2 or something like that. So I'm going to wait. Now, if it comes to the time that this is due to release, let's say fast forward to 18 months to 2 years, and this releases, and there's still no sign of an original trilogy C3PO or R2D2, then I'll probably go ahead and pick these up, because they're close enough to the original trilogy to stand in, but it's the original trilogy I'm after. So no, I'm not going to order this. I'm not going to dope with this. I'm not going to FOMO into this. I'm going to wait for what I actually want and exercise a bit of patience. The drawback on this is A, they might never do the original trilogy C3PO and R2D2. And B, if they do that, and they do that, even if they put it up for announcement, like say next year to mark the 40th anniversary, it's going to be 2025 before we get it. It's going to be 3 years. You're 3 years older, and you're waiting for it for 3 years. So yeah, that's my thoughts on these. Just really, really quick to wrap up. Just want to comment on these. They're fairly close to the original trilogy versions, even though they're prequels. They're heavily worn, weathered, and I wouldn't say battle damage, but you can say battle. They're heavily worn and weathered, and you know, if you've been following the channel, I absolutely love that. I think it provides a little more realism, a little bit more character, a little more depth. It makes them less look like toys and more look like collectibles, these high-end collectibles that they are. Start off with R2D2. If you look at these panels, that looks a bit crooked there, which is kind of maybe some worn. This looks like it's missing a piece here, filthy on the bottom here, and dirty and worn. Has the thrusters, I'm not in it, but I get that. Seems to light up parts as well. And look, even though it's prequels, someone's not going to come in and go, oh, that looks weird. That doesn't look like the original trilogy. It's only like the diehard fans will be able to tell the difference between the episode 2 one and then say the original trilogy version. The C3PO, again, it has the panels on it and everything. Has the panels on it. So yeah, the only thing that's short really is the I suppose the golden look. Then again, maybe they'll give us swap out parts. I doubt they will, but that'd be great if they do. I really like all the wiring here that you can see that's exposed. Again, this looks like it's covered in like heavily weathered, heavily worn. The paint apps, even from this, look great. And like, let's face it, like this guy Chris C, this collector, he just did a great job brightening up this so we can all actually see this. So The figures do look great. They do look iconic. I can appreciate why anyone would be excited about them. But me, I am going to hold out for those original trilogy versions. I know they might never come. I completely get that. But I'm going to hold out, and maybe if it comes to release date and these still aren't, if they still haven't announced C3PO, then I probably will pull the trigger on these, because I think they're too good to pass up, and they will still, they're close enough to the original trilogy that people will know who they are, and that they serve as those representations in my collection. I do think they're iconic enough. They're a great duo. So yeah, this is very exciting. Yeah, so if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Just let me know, are you excited about this or not? Are you picking them up or not? Are you waiting for the original trilogy or not? Do you think they will do another original trilogy, R2-D2 and C3PO? You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. That's pretty much it. We'll see you in the next one. Good luck.